Alright. We are now going to go into Nosfa versus Raisy. This, in my opinion, is one of the most foreshadowing games of the tournament. If that makes sense. You go. You go review stuff. Close it all down. Get that enhanced optimization and performance. There's your clickety-clack.
Prepare to fight.
I think that's base that we can just see behind him as well.
Round begins.
Actually looks quite funny. Alright guys, Raisy versus Nosfa, day 1, round 2. And I think this result, no matter in what way it's interpreted, in terms of either approach either player had, I think this is a fantastic game for Nosfa. And I'm looking forward to seeing what on earth he's going to be able to do. Oh, the teleport through. That's kind of sick, actually. Oh, if he got that rocket jump down, like what like a first like 30 seconds of play to make. That's like how you impose yourself on a map against someone who's regarded as one of the favorites of the tournament, and you start doing that shit straight away. That's crazy. Oh my god, the rails. Perfect weapon choice. That's really cool. I don't think I saw this before. Like, Nosfa just crunches down on stuff. Ooh, and he's noticed and heard the totem. So the first minute really couldn't have gone much better for Nosfa. Okay, really raises LG strikes and then just hurts.
When you've been here this long, nothing and everything.
So there's a valiant effort at an escape, but when Raisy gets his LG on you, then that stings really hard. He takes caution dropping down to finish the frag up. But Nosfa put himself in a bit of a sticky situation trying to over-commit to the heavy armor. And that rail was pretty nasty too. So right now it's a case of just stay off the map. Stay out of the way of Raisy. He's going to have to make sure that those totems are gotten rid of as well soon. So there's the light armor there, but he's just listening out for information as much as he can. So I like the silent play. He kind of can recover a little bit. Dangerous, but possible. And I like how attentive he is. Oh my god, okay. He's got him kind of low, but it's not got him that low. He actually didn't have him low at all. That's actually insane that he made that move. Like, you've got to be insane to make that move. Because he had to do 200 or so damage. And Raisy's just thinking, he's not going to push, he's not going to push, he's not going to push, he's not going to push. He pushes through the totem. I think Nosfa's hitting like 49% LG and over 60% rail right now. He's even trying to get there fast up so he can do some machine gun damage before the mega health's taken. Does he have anything to gain having done that orb? I don't think he does. So that's an interesting move from him. Again, these shots that he's landing right now. I love the move back. His dodging against the rockets there is super sick. Forwards and backwards is the best dodge versus rockets. Changed my mind. Oh, that rail. It's been very good aggressive play at the moment from Nosfa. Oh, the mid-air. Wow. Just wow. I love what I'm seeing from, like, this is like super fun to watch. Oh my god. It's almost worth actually going through the teleporter there, even though you're going to take totem damage. Just clinical, really, really clinical from him. Perfectly forced spawn, and it just unbelievable. Just so sick from him. He's gonna get, almost gets the double spawn frag. Nosfa's just got this crazy confidence at the moment, and he's continuously like keeping the speed up. I don't really feel like I'm analyzing it at the moment. I'm kind of just appreciating the fact, because I'm just like impressed that he's got the courage to make a lot of the moves that he's making. And Raisy's not been slowing it down. Like, part of my thoughts before reviewing this VOD is that I think Raisy was maybe being a little bit cocky in terms of how he's playing things. I don't know who picked first, but I don't necessarily think that Galena Ranger is an amazing matchup, but I feel like he's continuously not expecting Nosfa to make the moves that he's making. Yet, everything Nosfa does seems to work. And Raisy has to start making moves that's going to account for what Nosfa is capable of doing, rather than what Raisy thinks Nosfa is capable of doing. And these rails have just been unreal. Like, super, super unreal. Having not played Quake Champions on LAN since DreamHack Winter 2017, and you're going against one of the best players in the world, in my opinion. And I think the results of the LAN have already shown, again, that he's one of the best. And Raisy continues to be one of the best. This is super sick. I mean, it's worth being excited about new and upcoming players, I think, guys. It's nice to have someone on the scene that can, you know, mix things up in the top part of the rankings. In my opinion, that's like some of the most exciting stuff that ever happens in any scene, is when you start seeing players do things to players who you thought were untouchable. And at the moment, it's been fairly fast repositioning, by kind of keeping it steady, holding on to his lead, holding that rocket position on the side and not committing to the other angle. That's all about just ensuring that Raisy has to pull away first. And if he does so, then he can go in and punish. He just doesn't want to take damage at the moment. He's not looking to he's not looking to do damage while Raisy can see him. They both direct each other. How often does that happen? No rockets left, though, for Nosfa. He realizes with a little click. I think that was a fluff jump, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, we don't see that enough. That is a big chunk of DPS. But at this stage of the game, Raisy's kind of desperate. I think he picked up the heavy halfway through that fight, and he's going to probably take another rail. It looked like Nosfa lost confidence of the kind of angle that he was choosing. And just as he reset it, it hurt. Nosfa and Saiga both played pretty well. Yeah, I think Nosfa and Saiga are two more like really exciting players to watch. I didn't really think that at this stage of Quake Champions that we would be getting players shaking things up as much as we have. But in a full round robin system, we've seen like Nosfa and Saiga really make it clear that they are, you know, they're exciting to see play. With a minute left on this, 6 frags left to get. Nosfa just needs to calm down for 30 seconds, or 20 to 30 seconds, and he's fine. He's got the map win in the bag. He still needs to kind of chill a second, to be honest. You see he's starting to delay his spawns. He strafes to the left as soon as he comes up from it. Oh, he's looking okay. Doesn't need to go through the teleporter, he just needs that Q. Stealing the heavy is also a big pain in the butt. But Raisy's already lost pretty much the time he needs.
Need to find a slip gate out of this place.
You don't want to know my settings. This guy on the screen now is not me, so... You want to go to Nosfa _ and get his settings. But to me, this is like one of the sickest early tournament games I think I've ever seen from a player. Like, that's so sick, in my opinion.
You win.
Like, some of the frags that he executed right there, I don't know... I'm trying to think of players in Europe that have the balls to do that kind of stuff. To me, the only European players that it really rings bells of is Wenger. I don't really think he showed the same kind of form at QuakeCon that I would have liked him to. I'm trying to think of someone else. Like, Raisy's done that stuff in the past, but he kind of got that done to him. So go to Blood Run. Raisy's got to change his champion. There we go. Yeah, that's a good point, Hasta. Claws is probably the type of person who would do that. But even so, with like super low HP, it's kind of old Cypher-esque as well, I'd say. Like 2010 to 2014 Cypher. I think it reminds me of that.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1.
Oh wait, it's map 2 now. Nosfa's a map up. He's not even got that light armor yet. He's just speeding along. Raisy took no breaks as well for the upper light, so Nosfa doesn't feel too bad at the moment. Don't really understand why Raisy was up there so early. Just a simple rocket dodge there, not like an overly complex ghost walk, just preserving as much stack as he can. Which I like. A lot of people seem to think that you should use ghost walk but just before you're about to die, then get away. Whereas I think you get more value from ghost walk retaining like large stacks. Gotta be careful because piercing sight's been used, so keeping a distance is worth it. And also knowing that rail hasn't been picked up from Raisy, so just get that weapon away from him. Better to have center map now and continue denying that weapon. So Raisy's just got it. He took his eyes off it. Yeah, that works. These rails, man. These rails. Oh god, Raisy walks all the way in there. That's such a perfect trap. He had the rockets out, I think, then just switches to the LG. Raisy commits to the light armor, so he just no longer can get out of there at all. And Raisy, yeah, Raisy's just giving up free kills now. Well, there's no chance he was going to win that fight. He gave that up for absolute free. This should be heavy in 5 seconds or less. Oh, okay. A little bit of a mistake there from Nosfa. He's got to chill a little bit now. So he's made amends for his mistakes a little bit. He can back off. He really wants his hourglasses. There's a light armor. You've got to be careful picking up the light because you don't want to overcommit to the angle and do what Raisy did before. He's heard a rail shot going off. With Ghost Walk coming up, he might be contemplating taking a risk on the heavy armor. Oh, I think he's got to lag out. Headphones back on. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Does he say... Oh, he's messed up here. It's definitely annoying for him that... You can see that. These lags just shouldn't be happening. There's no excuse for it. Cerebral Beagle, you're just the kind of negativity that we don't want around here. I appreciate criticism, but, you know, we've all heard it before. And we don't even necessarily disagree. The good thing for Nosfa, though, is even though in all that shit, he was able to stay alive, get his Ghost Walk back up. And we've seen Nosfa's more than happy to run away from a fight on Blood Run once he's got a lead.
Five-minute warning.
So let's just run, run, run. And I don't remember what happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nosfa runs the entire game. That's a really nice defensive rocket, that is. Really, really nice. Okay, this becomes slightly hard. Dodge is just not good enough. Now what's really, really hard for Nosfa is that off the spawn, he doesn't have Ghost Walk. So Raisy's got to find a way to chase him down. He's got a couple of weapons that he can defend with. But it's really just sprint. Run for the hills. Oh, Christ. Full 100. Now his Ghost Walk coming back up. He's kind of succeeded post being fragged. And this is the position that he's going to hold time and time again. He'll either hold up here or he'll hold by the lower teleporter. Alright, he was a little bit too far forward and he's kind of botched his movement. If Raisy kept chasing there, he might have even gotten a kill, but... It's all what ifs, really. This is a hard position for him. He doesn't even want that light armor, because if he goes there and Raisy rushes him down, he has no escape at all. If he stays here, he still has an escape. But eventually he bites the bullet. And look at that, Raisy's so desperate that he leaves an item up. And now there's enough health and armor for Nosfa to actually fight again. So he feels pretty good now. And he can get some rocket ammunition. And time has been killed incredibly successfully. He's like not hitting the shots that he needs to, but it barely matters right now. unless Raisy is like running directly at him, that's like the only time his shots hitting matters at all. Otherwise, it's more about setting yourself up to run away. I'll be breaking after this game, Chris. That was a good read from Nosfa. Worst thing he could do there is like ghost walk onto the heavy. That's kind of what Raisy wants him to do. See that little dodge, hits the rail after. Can spam it afterwards. Raisy's being really aggressive. So he's forced the ghost walk out now. With 2 minutes, he's got to find something for this. These are such awesome defensive rails too. You can hear Piercing sniping you, so he just wants to stay the hell away from him. And now he's counting down the seconds now. There's a 1 minute 45 to go. And unfortunately for people watching, this is just the way the map goes sometimes. Nosfa's got better abilities for this type of play, better passives for this type of play, and it allows him to play this defensive blood run while you retain your lead. So it was so important for Raisy to get the early frags and not give them to Nosfa. That's why some of the moves that I saw him do, like going onto the major items too early and so on, became so costly. It's not like Raisy's made much in the way of mistakes since that point, but you see, like 1 minute with a misplay, losing a lead, all of a sudden you've got this mountain to climb, and the more Nosfa plays, the more of a mountain he makes it appear. It's not easy to do what Nosfa's doing, but he's still successful with it. And now he can play the teleporter game a little bit. He's not going to want to escape very easily. He's going to wait till he hears Raisy or sees him. He's going to try and dodge a rail and then go through the teleporter. He might not even try to dodge it. Yeah, he's just like, get the hell out. Sees him, just run, run, run. And he just wants to get out of rail angles. Well, I'm taking the mega health. Raisy knew he had to do things, and now he's buzzing.
You win.
I'm actually surprised he doesn't, like, cheer a little bit, man. You've just beaten Raisy 2-0. No pop-off. Nothing like that. Oh, you can see he's a little bit hyped now, actually. He wants to see chat. He wants. You know, I find it touching when they do this stuff. He's got to be happy with that. Yeah, boring game on ZTN, sure, but Nosfa is a beast. I kind of agree there. I love it. I love the love that he's getting. That's great. Might be more to watch, but it's insane. Yeah, for sure, Shadow C. For sure. No, I think that's really, really hype. He should be immensely proud of that performance. And actually his performance throughout the whole tournament. I think it's incredibly sick. Okay.